2023's Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. This was the year where things were getting a little heated. Now, I'm going to say this. This game is not for the weak heart. I'm sorry, the game is not for the faint of heart or the weak will. There are many, many possibilities and outcomes of how you can play, tackle, and/or observe. It won numerous Game of the Year awards, and it may not have been the same cultural impact as Elden Ring, but you could not stop hearing motherfuckers talk about BG3 and all the choices they made, who was unalived, who was romance. Did you do what you did with that bear? For the people who know, you know what I'm talking about. But its competition was Marvel Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4 remake, not one but two fucking Nintendo, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Legend of Zelda. I'm gonna say this before we get started. Hey, I'm happy none of them won. Especially Tears of the Kingdom. It showed Nintendo you don't run this. Because before I get into it, Tears of the Kingdom, you are a glorified expansion.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Nah, all facts though.
I'll get into it. Marvel Spider-Man 2, hey, I ain't gonna lie. That game was kind of really more the same. You want to ask me. I mean, yeah, it was on a new console. The original one came out on the PS4. It was ground up PS5, haptics, Venom and all that. Hey, it was nice, but it was more the same. Alan Wake 2. This is kind of in the same category with the God of War Ragnarok, with certain choices that was done and made. You already know what I'm talking about. If you know, you already know. And like I said, we don't get into that stuff here. I'm going to talk about how I enjoyed the game, how I did. And I didn't get into it the year it came out because, once again, they did that shit where it was digital only. And it was not up until this year where it finally started turning a profit, or they broke even on it once they made the physical edition. I will say one thing. It is a mind fuck, that game. I am a person who loves horror movies. Some of the shit in this game kind of caught me off guard. Like, oh, damn. Oh, that happened? Okay. They really went deep into the psychological horror aspects of it. I love I kind of like the duality story. I love how the atmosphere, they really went for something, you know. And then, of course, it was third person. Resident Evil Remake 4. I'm going to say it again. I didn't play the original, so sue me. But I did play Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I got to give another full disclosure. My cousin knows me very well. She knows my body. For any of you all who know that,
I know your body.
You're welcome here. But I pick up and put down a lot of games very quickly. I am easily distracted because I also be buying a lot of games, which, you know, like I said, I'm a little more lenient with my wallet, other than her. Now, I do buy stuff discount, but Resident Evil 4 was one of the few games I bought and like played through it to fruition and then moved on. I didn't plat it because some of the shit you got to do in there is like ridiculous. But I played this game none, and I don't like the item management stuff in games, but I was all for it. Upgrading the gun, hunting down every treasure aspect, putting the jewels into the pieces to sell to make money so you could get the next thing. I was off. Now, I didn't play the original, but I was like, yo, I see why motherfuckers like this game so much. I enjoyed it. Real good game. But going back to what we talked about, people feel remakes should not be included in full-fledged from the ground up games. And I agree with that. This game had its time to shine when it originally came out, and you are kind of nostalgia baiting for it to outperform or outdo games. It's like, yo, this game is brand spanking new, and you gave it something 20 years ago. Well, I think at the time it was like 19. I think this originally came out in 2004. Super Mario Wonder, whatever. It's another Mario game. It's another 2D Mario game. I don't understand it. And Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I played Tears of the Kingdom. I think I gave it 60 hours, and I really didn't do dick in the game because, once again, I'm a victim to my own playstyle. I ran around doing side stuff. I ran around unlocking the towers to unlock the map, which is a Ubisoft game mechanic. You fucking Nintendo people are praising for Ubisoft game mechanics. We have moved past that in gaming, and you Nintendo fans eat that shit like it's the coming of the new.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Very
You
nice
okay?
game. Let's be honest. It was the same Hyrule map. It was the same
Yeah.
map from Breath of the Wild. It took
Yeah.
6 fucking years, and anything that was added was a top part and a bottom. Now, I will say this. It's amazing how they got that game to run on that old ass hardware, adding those two aspects, an above and below. But Nintendo works. I shouldn't say this, but Nintendo works Nintendo magic. They know what they're doing.
Nostalgia.
But the people clamoring like, "Oh my God, Nintendo did it again." And I'm happy for the people who reviewed that game and called out that it seems like this is just an expansion, which it could have been. That's why they said, hey, we're not going to do any DLC for Tears of the Kingdom, because Tears of the Kingdom was the DLC. And it was the first time Nintendo charged $70 for the damn game, and now they're charging $70 for every fucking thing. But I'm going to say it right now.
Cartridge.
Hey, I'm gonna say it right now. They got it right with Baldur's Gate 3. Ain't nothing wrong with this. I don't have no opinion for nothing else that could have won. Nothing could have outdone it. People still to this day, I know coworkers. There are people on my friends list on PlayStation that have 700-800 hours of playing this game because of all the different choices, class options, different in-game permutations that you can do in this game. There's no way for you to see everything in 1, 2, or 3 playthroughs. That's how much Larian Studios believe in their vision of making feature complete games. And then they kept adding to it. They added more classes, more spells, and they did it all for free. Hell, when the game came out, it was digital only. And they was like, don't worry, we are going to make a physical version for the people who like physical games. Guess what? The game was so big, you know what they did? They put it on 2 discs. They didn't try to cheap out like Ubisoft and make it, oh, well, just put the disc in and download the rest of the game. No, no, no. They say it is a feature complete. I am a fan of Larian Studios. I'm a fan of Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2. Now, I ain't beating none of those games. Like I said, those games are long. They're long in the tooth, and I can probably hear you on the comments. Infamous, we thought you did not like turn-based games. Did you once say, how do you make a turn-based game? Yeah. And you know I gotta say that? People can
Oh
change.
my God.
But I did enjoy and do love this game. And before I move it on to Treese as normal, I did do the bear. Go ahead, Treese.
Oh God. Oh God. Anyway, all right. Listen, let's just go through the nominees. Nintendo never won a game in a year, so we can already X that out. Remake should not be in this category to me, so we can move past that. So, out of Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, and Alan Wake 2. Listen, I already told you, I don't like the Spider-Man game. I didn't like the first one, and I didn't like this one, because you know why? So many people expected Spider-Man 2 to be co-op. And you know what it was? Not co-op. And a lot of people were pissed off about that. And yeah, I just felt like, why would, and Sony, I think they released something like, oh, we focus about, the single player experience. Shut up. Give people what they want. And what they wanted was Spider-Man 2 to be fucking co-op, and it was the best opportunity for a
To do
Spider-Man game to be co-op. Like, that's why everybody expected it to be co-op, and it was just like, nah. And I felt
it.
like this is really when they started, like, Sony games was really starting to put out bland ass stories. I felt like this is another title of a bland ass story where co-op could have probably made it more entertaining for me. And I played it. I didn't finish it, honestly, because I was just one of those people who was like, oh, you didn't give me co-op? Well, fuck you then. And it kind of
Oh,
I didn't buy the game. I believe my cousin bought it or something. It was part of like some bundle or something
yeah.
that was discounted at some point. So yeah, I don't have no problem walking away from a game, especially if I didn't pay for it. So it was really out of Alan Wake 2 and Baldur's Gate 3 for me. And listen, there's really no competition once you put a dragon in a game with me, okay? And
Hell yeah.
but Boulder Gates got the dragon element. It got the listen, the story, all the choices, the trauma, the more conflicts, the romance options, who lives, who dies,
Mhm.
who is your ally. You can really be a son of a bitch in this game if you chose to. And I just think, this really pushed forward RPG again. And if you don't know, this is like kind of in that Dungeon and Dragon universe. So, listen, I feel like this game did a lot for who type of gamer I am. And once you put a dragon in a game, come on now, listen, that's just gonna be everything for me. And I love the story of Boulder Gates because this still makes profit for the studio who were up to this release was losing money. They really put it all on the line for this game. And they were rewarded. So it has that element too to the backstory of the development, what they went through, and how they still, even with seeing multiple years of money losing money, they still put out a sound and say it for me, a complete project. To where at this point in time, listen, I ain't been burnt in the industry of incomplete broken games, and they have to excuse, well, the money and how much they spent. I don't give a damn. All right. This game did so much in the midst of the studio being in turmoil. Like listen, Boulder Gates was the right choice. They got it right. This game gave you so many options in how to play. And like my cousin said, you have to go through multiple gameplays to really even get to everything they was trying to all the options and all that. Like, listen, this game was wonderful. It was highly praised at the time, and it still makes them profit money still to this day. I think they said they made over multiple hundreds of millions of dollars of profit from this game, and rightfully so. They put a lot on the line for this game, and hey, I love when hard work is rewarded, and I think Boulder Gates winning Game of the Year was the ultimate award the studio could have got, and shout out to them for putting out a sound and revolutionary product at the end of the day. And it was the right choice. None of the nominees really came close. I mean, I say it was either Boulder Gates and Alan Wake 2, but Alan Wake 2 wasn't really, it didn't come close to what Boulder Gates gave the player and the experience you got from it. And like I said, Boulder Gates 3 had dragons, so that alone was gonna have it the winner for me.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm saying you put a dragon in the game, RPG, I'm sold. So, and that's it for this video of Are You Not Entertained podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll never miss our next hot take. Until next time, Are You Not Entertained?